G'day traders, Sam here from Trade to Prosper. I'm come to give you another crypto update, and this time it's RUNE or Thorchain, and looking from the big picture perspective as well as the current scenario and what what I'm anticipating. So we can see that Thorchain has really done well. And I was looking at from a Bitcoin perspective. If we do that, and let's minimize those for a sec. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And so what we have here is when Bitcoin hit its all-time high, Thorchain didn't. But what it did was it really made a good move, like nearly a 300% move in this range. So there was some demand for it from the neckline. So we probably had a double bottom, which was a good indicator. And you can see how this 200 moving average on the 4 hour acts as resistance in many cases, there, and so on. So we can rely on this 200 moving average to be significant. And you can see there we got rejection, and then we lost it down here. So right now, if price was to come to this level, my thinking is, I don't know what that mark is. Okay. So looking at this structure so far, that's what I have. Seems like a descending wedge. Or you can also, I think it's a channel really. At the moment, you can also do this. And if I was to do the top, maybe give it take a bit. This probably the middle line might be relevant. This is a bit of an overperformance. So this looks like here, all along here, this middle channel. So this could actually play a small resistance. Otherwise, it is a descending wedge. And if it was to break this level, let's have a look at this. If price was to come sideways, it's either going to drop or go up. If this doesn't go above at anytime soon, hit there and come back down. So I'm looking at this from a number of perspectives. So that was an ascending wedge. It was a grind, and pretty much that's it. Not much momentum. So I don't see this going really strong up at all. Therefore, I am bearish. Um, but we'll see how this for the next few days. September 13th, Fed Day. We'll see what happens then. But for the time being, I think this will just grind. Might have a spike. So this might just grind on the 618 from that perspective, that range. 618 is a buying thing, but it's not that strong. So we might just go sideways and then go down from there. So just keep an eye on that. Or this middle line here with the channel. So that's definitely a scenario if we see not much strength. And then this is what I have, 618, 414. That's equated to this previous resistance and previous support. So that level is of interest to me, $1.16, and to the 618. So if this was to capitulate, it's probably the last one, and then I'll see that potentially going up. And this trend line will probably be the one to give us a buy signal. Let's see how we can get rid of that channel for a sec. Having some issues with that. All right, so this trend line could play a bit. Sometimes it could just be that one there. So not so certain in terms of the trend line. Let's see what the indicators tell us. So this is the daily, and what we're seeing is there was a bullish divergence. It played out, but it wasn't strong. Okay, so we're just finding support here, and this, yeah. So this is going to be definitely an area of interest to short. Um, And if we're to do this, if we're to do the whole lot, yeah, okay, maybe from there it might be the 6. Yeah, see how it equates to the 618 for this impulse. So this is our grind line, and this is our pivot point. This trend line down coming down, and obviously the 200 moving average on the 4 hour is our ideal situation. If this was to go up, this will be a perfect area to short as this comes along. So that is our other level of resistance. So there's a few scenarios. I don't see this really going strong. I see this staying within this fold, and potentially just like this, bit of a channel, or more so, bit of a triangle of some sort. Yep, and we might just get that full cycle and then down. So completes our triangle formation. So that's what I'm looking at, most likely. Very still not in the 50% range from the Phoenix perspective. So that's still weak. And then if we look at the, the RSI from the daily, you can see how the ascending wedge really, this was easy, to tell the truth, guys. I shorted Bitcoin and Ethereum and 1 inch, so I didn't pick this one. But you can see that most of the charts did the same. When we broke that trend line or the RSI, it capitulated. It was and this ascending wedge type of formation. This is not as clean as the others, but Bitcoin was, and it was a given. And the fact that it dropped that much, didn't expect it to drop that strong, but shows you the weakness in the market. So, what are we looking for on the big term? Let's see on the weekly. Let's see what it's doing. On the weekly, it's a bit ugly. This RSI on the weekly, it's not going to really help us, except that it's at the bottom. So previous bottom was there. It doesn't really give us much because I think this came in at the wrong time, pretty much started the bull market. So this is the oldest chart I can see. So we don't have really bearish market history. So from a weekly perspective, we could probably that's one line, or we can use this one here, which is probably more. Okay, we can do that. So that will be a first level to potentially look at it. So a strong week, and we might see a bit of a rejection there. But that's a signal to keep an eye on from a weekly perspective. So we can see realistically a bit of descending triangle, and my guess is that we just come like that and then start. And that might mean that we just come down here and then break that, and we complete our A, B, C, D, and this could be our E with our lead count. So let's see how that goes. Sometimes that could just go further down. You can see how that range is support. So this level, the 618 is a good position, I think. That makes sense to me at the moment. And this is not to say this is going to go all the way up. No. What I expect is if that's the bottom for this episode, then I'll just do my Fibonacci, and I would expect price to, if this was the bottom, price to go up to the 618 and then back down, and not all the way down. So let's do it again like that, and we'll do the 1, 2, 3 type of thing potentially. Hold on, let's go back again. So if we, it could be the 0.5, by the way. So this level also could be weak, and we just do that bottoming formation. So that's just one, the possibility. If it goes to there, another possibility, and some sort of triangle formation. But anyway, that's going way ahead before we can hit the bull market, which is probably sometime next year, towards the end of next year. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Please give me a like and share, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.